How'd you meet Paul in the first place?
Um, I knew of Paul uh, since he was a teenager, and you know, when I think Paul's like 2 years younger than I am, you know. So, and I believe I was already wrestling and all that. Uh, and I met Paul officially in WCW.
Hmm.
And it was really cool to me. He said, I know who you are. You're Jason Knight. And I said, how the hell do you know? No, I watched the indies and I've seen you and I think you'd be a great character. And he's describing the character to me then in WCW that he gave me in ECW. He said,
Nice.
so cool, if I managed you and, you had this character and this and that. So we started traveling together and we became friends. So when he took over ECW, and his first takeover was Ultra Clash '93. I was one of the first ones that he called and asked me to be on Ultra Clash '93. And then, from then he called me and he said, "I have this character I want you to try out. It's going to be a manager in the beginning because I was still healing up.
Hmm.
I couldn't really go, wrestle. So he gave me that. He pretty much told me what he wanted me to do with the whole suit gimmick and the hair and all that.
Right, right.
I remember watching that movie with Richard Gere back in the '70s, American Gigolo,
Okay.
and I said, that's how I should try to approach this whole character thing. So I kind of ripped a little bit off from there, give it, my own spin,
Sure.
comedy and all that. Just kind of like a conceited character that, and he came up with the whole, we're going to call you the sexiest man on earth, and you're going to do this and you're going to do that. And it actually, in the beginning, it got over pretty well, especially, with the ECW fans, uh, yeah, I got a lot of heat. It was good.
How'd you get along with Todd?
Beautifully. Always. Yeah, I got along with everyone great. Paul, Todd was always great. He was always very, very kind to me. And he always felt that I was Todd always felt that I was being held back, that, they should have done a lot more with me. Well, if it was up to me, Jason, you'd be doing this and that. And there's a toss up between who originally wanted me to do the program with Mikey for the TV title.
Right.
So I think both Paul and Todd, were agreed upon it. But I said no, it was me. Paul said it was me. But it doesn't matter because I mean, it was done. It was great. It gave me an opportunity to work with a young Mikey Whipwreck. And the difference in our character was so vast that it was so easy. The chemistry was just there, and I wish that lasted forever.
You beat Mikey for the TV title, correct?
Yeah,
The ECW TV title was a big deal. That was up there with their world title. It really was held in high regard with the fans and the matches. It was a big deal.
yeah. I mean, I suppose I never looked at um, titles and belts as wow, it's I'm the champ, because ultimately, someone decides that that is who you're going to be. But then again, at the same time, they trust you enough to put you in a position where you are kind of carrying the company as that champion,
Sure.
compliment. And the funny thing is that I was the last Eastern Championship Wrestling television champion, and I was the very first Extreme Era champion.
Got it.
I think it was after the night the line was crossed when Shane threw the belt down, and
Shane, sure.
Public Enemy X'd out the E, and it was going to be Extreme. So it was still ECW, but Extreme Championship Wrestling, you know. So I transitioned from Easter to Extreme, and then I dropped it to Too Cold.
Talk to me about your wrestling school coming up.
Wrestling school coming up in Vineland, New Jersey. You know where Vineland is?
Sure.
We have a very nice facility, and it's right next to a martial arts training center. And it's right off the main strip. What is the name of the?
It's actually Landis Ave.
Landis Avenue. Yeah, wonderful facility, and of course we're going to have our ring there, and you know we're getting all kinds of lighting, and I'm going to have my gym there to do personal training.
You'll have all the audio, all the
audio, video. Again, lights, smoke cannons, the whole 9 yards.
We will be doing TV tapings on Saturday nights.
Saturday nights, yeah.
And then we will be doing birthday parties and weddings.
Birthday parties and weddings.
Weddings.
People have actually called and asked if we were going to be doing in-ring weddings.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
Jason, a big thing at wrestling school is the ability to run shows. You're going to be running shows from your actual wrestling school, correct?
Yes, we will. Yeah.
So guys are going to get on the job training right off the bat, wrestling in front of live people.
Yeah, ring time, and you know, it's such a wonderful studio type feel. You know,
If people want to learn about the school, if people want to reach you, where can they do that?
well, you know, pretty much.
They can reach you by telephone. The school's phone number is 570-618-1234. It can also be found on www.impactcentralprowrestlingdojo.com.